Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Ispire Daab, Diamond Daab, and your Candy Pens Rubi custom dab of the day. We're doing a double dab today. Thanks for joining me. As always, you know what to do at the end of the video. Let's get started with today's very difficult topic. One of the things that I think makes me different is persistence. That's right. I'm the guy that's biting onto the back of your butt like a pit bull and will not let go. I've always been like that. If I wasn't like that, Mrs. Stoner wouldn't be with me right now. That's right. I'm like that about everything. What I like to do is take a bad situation and turn it into a good one. If somebody else that I care about is having a bad time, my job, I take it, is to fix that and make it into a good time. If a friend of mine or a loved one is having a terrible situation, my job is to fix it. Well, I'm here to tell you today, I'm in deep despair. My heart is broken. Yesterday, the sheriff's office found my best friend Peter dead of a self-inflicted 50 caliber Desert Eagle gunshot wound. That's the person, by the way, who has been on this stage with me. The only person other than Mrs. Stoner I have shared this with. I'm and Mrs. Stoner and our whole family is devastated by this. Most important thing to come from this horrible thing is change. The most important thing to come from the change is hope. We must take this horrible bad thing that has occurred, and we must learn from it. Time. I'm going to list the things I've learned. There's no papers here you see today. Time. It's not enough time. Time is a commodity you can't get more of. Time will keep moving even if you're stationary. Peter, like many of us, suffered great physical ailments, was also retired on disability. Peter lived alone and unfortunately had demons attacking him, demons. He didn't want to talk, didn't want to see anyone for months now. Sporadic text messages back and forth. But I kept trying to check on him because I'm a persistent son of a gun. But I'm not persistent enough. I wasn't persistent enough. I wasn't in his face enough. It was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable to keep challenging him. How are you? How are you? Come on. We can talk. I'll help you make yourself better. I'm in bad shape too. He didn't want to know any of that. So I stopped doing it. Guess what? I've learned you can't stop. Persistence has kept me where I am today, alive. You can't stop being persistent. You can't stop being that pit bull. You can't give up. Just because he said he didn't want to talk to me or anybody, I left him alone and I was not there. Should have been there more. Now, I don't blame myself for what happened here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn from what has happened here. I'm going to hug and kiss my loved ones more than I've ever hugged them and kissed them before when I see them next. I'm so grateful for Mrs. Stoner. I'm so grateful for my daughter and my son. I'm so grateful for Sugar and for Chloe the cat. I'm so grateful to have my pain because I'm alive to talk about it. I'm so grateful that I didn't take action on the multitude of times that I threatened Mrs. Stoner she might not see me when she comes home. I might be doing what Robin Williams did. She'll see me on the doorknob. Countless times I threatened that. Well, guess what? I'm not going to be threatening that anymore. No more discussion about that. I'm going to push through like I always talk about. And part of my pushing through is going to be to honor my friend Peter. Honor his life. Honor his death. And the way he died. I am going to honor him by standing up tall in the saddle in a very difficult time for me right now. And I am going to be strong. That's right. Because what we need to remember, many of us, we have responsibilities that go further than just in this head and in this body. I got a wife who loves me. I got 2 kids that adore me. I got pets that need me. And there are friends out there. Yes, I do have some friends left that still care about me. So, those of you who are out there hearing this and thinking, wow, he's being hard on himself. Senior Stoner, don't be so hard on yourself. Well, guess what? We need to be hard on ourselves sometimes. We need to enact change sometimes. Change is a slow-moving thing for people. It's like making a battleship or an aircraft carrier or a big, big cruise ship turn. It takes 10 miles to turn the darn thing. They're huge. Well, people are slow to change. Well, guess what? This person is going to change. And I'm going to toast my friend Peter and his life and his death. This incident is going to be a catalyst for me to be better than I've ever been before. What we need to do is we need to take these horrible, bad situations and completely flip them. This is not a celebration, but it's a smack in the face, a wake-up call. Wait a second. Look what he did. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. I'll say it again. I'm never going to do that. Because you're not doing it just to yourself. That's the thing he forgot. He did it to his children that are crying. He did it to his ex-wife that's there crying. He did it to his brother and sisters that are crying. He did it to me and Mrs. Stoner that are crying. You all need to remember this. When you say you're going to do harm to yourself, it's not just going to harm you. It's going to harm everybody. Look in that mirror. And remember why you're there. Your loved ones, the people you care about, the people that care about you. Unfortunately, the things that people do, these horrible things they do to themselves, are very selfish things, unfortunately, because they leave so many of us in so much pain. Please, let's all learn from this. Let's all change a little bit the way we do things. Let's all hug our loved ones tighter tonight. And remember, time is such a short thing. Dab it a day. Doesn't do it. Not today. Double dab it a day. Doesn't even do it. This has been the Real Senior Stoner. you know what to do. Cheers.